This is a movie I'm watching. I paused it because I can't thumbnail. I can't just show you them moving because that'd be copyright. But this is my Android phone, and one thing you can't look how clear that is. Well, if I would turn this off and get it in direct sunlight, you would see the whole middle of that screen. Now I've had this Android phone, this LG Optimus S, wonderful, been a wonderful smartphone for 2 years. Sorry, I've been eating. Get ready to cough. This middle of the screen is so terribly scratched. You can't tell it, can you? Can you see any scratch? If you look in a dead middle, you'll see. It's scratched bad in the middle. I'd say 2/3 of this middle of the screen is terribly scratched. You can't tell it, can you? Ain't that amazing? That's technology. It's scratched. Really, I've rubbed it. I used to carry this camcorder in the same pocket as this smartphone. Since the damage is already done, but the screen is that scratched. Yeah, it's horribly scratched, but you can't tell it, can you? Now, if I was to put this in motion, this movie, this haunting movie, you wouldn't believe it. If I was allowed to show you this copyrighted video, which I won't, but if I was allowed to, and let this play, this movie, you would never, if I hadn't told you to scratch, and after you watched it, even the leaves, see how clear the leaves look? I wish this camcorder would focus. Part of the problem is this camcorder not focusing. But you'd never dream, after you watch this, if I would told you how, or if you could see in sunlight how bad this screen is scratched, I think you'd fall over into your grave. I think you'd fall over. Look how clear it is. Ain't that amazing? And you never guessed how horribly scratched that screen is. I guess it's the technology and the plastics they use. I don't think it's a glass screen. I'm pretty sure it's a plastic screen. Amazing technology. How clear that is and how terribly scratched it is. If you could only see it in sunlight. Isn't that amazing? Super clear. I wish I could play it. You could see how amazingly clear this scratched screen really is. Okay, there's a good shot of it. See how scratched that is? Look at that. See how scratched? See how it's on the middle side. See how scratched that is? Look at that. Isn't that unreal? That bad scratched, and you can still see that movie just as clear as a bell. When I'm watching it, I was watching it last night, in the dark, and when you're watching a movie, you could barely tell that screen is scratched. But look how bad that's scratched. And still, movies, anything you watch, it's just clear as crystal. Ain't that amazing? I think what it is, a technology. See, we're looking at it technically horizontal. I guess, let me think here. Is that, well, technically, and that would be perpendicular or vertical, or I guess I guess it's all in physics. Look how terrible, ain't that awful? Look at that. And yet you can watch a movie just as clear. Amazing.